Hello everyone, it's me Evan and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be showing off my new guided missiles. So these suckers can turn on a dime, they're pretty dang fast, and they're great at intercepting flying things and ground targets alike. So I've got my buddy Sethbro here, and he is in a half-track, and he is going to flee so that, you know, we can show that the missiles are actually able to hit moving targets, which a lot of missiles cannot do. Unfortunately, these missiles can only be used as a host or in single player, so they're not all that useful yet. I'm still working on trying to get them to, you know, not just flop and die in multiplayer, but outside of that, they're pretty effective. So Sethbro, if you will, kick it into high gear. Let them get a little head start here. Okay, so these missiles have a little tiny detonators that hold the control surfaces, so that way I have both missiles, 4 and 5, on the same control scheme. They launch by merely pressing the number associated with them, and then they just sort of mouse guide right down, and as you can see we have removed his wheels, or at least most of them. Looks like we might need another one though. Send 4 out, and you can see these suckers are super maneuverable. I can just do a 180 at will pretty much, and hardly affects performance at all. So that next one also hit him. Now it didn't do a whole lot of damage to the steel vehicle, but considering that aircraft in this game are mostly made out of plastic and wood, it does quite a number on those. In fact, I'm gonna fly one into my own plane. My previous guided missile did not have the ability to actually turn around fast enough to go back and hit my own vehicle, which it can now do quite easily. It completely obliterated that. Especially considering that my plane is packed with fuel and has another missile on board. But all things considered, these missiles are pretty powerful for their size and their weight, which is almost nothing. As for how these work, I will show you guys real quick, because it's actually pretty simple and pretty easy for you to set up yourself if you know what you're doing. So number one, we got our proximity detonator. This means that when you get close to something, 15 meters in fact, it will explode. So this is set to channel 31. It's got a minimum input of 15 and a max of 0. If we hide this, you can see the detonator, which is set to channel 31. So when these proximity sensors detect something within 15 meters, they will send a little signal to this detonator and the whole thing will explode. This allows it to catch planes that it would otherwise be missing, and other things like that. So in the back here, we've got the steering mechanism. It's held on with these bars here, which allow both the missiles to be controlled with view pitch and yaw without interfering with the aircraft's flight characteristics while they're being controlled. And so once that little bar is removed, then this little flap is allowed to move up and down. So that's your pitch. Yeah. 1, negative 20, 20. Then your yaw, 1, negative 20, and 20. That's basically like setting up a very small airplane. No roll control. All the roll is just handled by these, basically just to keep it from rolling radically. And that's pretty much all you need, because you don't need to roll, you don't need to bank into a turn with a missile. You can just turn. It doesn't have wings to generate lift for that. So you don't need to worry about roll at all. But you do need to worry about this thing being very light, so that its energy, it basically doesn't have any kinetic energy. The whole thing, it's like 50 bricks, and let's see how much it weighs. Actually, I've never weighed it. So right here we've got 27 kilograms. It weighs 27 kilograms, which is pretty light. It's mostly foam with some wood, and that allows it to have extremely low energy and be able to maneuver like a dream. This is basically like an explosive version of those foam planes on the workshop that just obliterate everything. So yeah, that's the those are the guided missiles, and they do their job well. So I hope you guys all enjoyed that. I'll be back with another video on Wednesday. See ya.